All right, so today we're gonna do something kind of different for this deep dive.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna dissect a breakup, the whole messy process of heartbreak and moving on.
Okay.
But get this, we're gonna do it through a song.
Interesting. Using music to understand human emotion.
Right. The track we're looking at is "It's Okay, I'm Okay" by Tate McRae.
I know her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so big question: can we actually learn something real about the psychology of heartbreak from a pop song?
Oh, I think there's definitely depth to be found. I mean,
Really?
think about it. Songwriters, they often tap into these universal experiences, emotions that we all feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think by looking at the lyrics, the way the story unfolds in the song, we can gain insights into coping mechanisms, relationship patterns, the whole emotional roller coaster of a breakup.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. Right off the bat, Tate repeats this phrase, "It's okay, I'm okay," over and over throughout the song.
Yeah.
Is she actually trying to convince herself here? Or is it a front for the rest of the world?
That's such a good observation, and it points to a common psychological response to pain.
Mm-hmm.
I think we try to manage our pain, and sometimes that involves convincing ourselves we're fine even when we're totally not.
Right.
So this repetition, it could be like a mantra, a way to kind of push through the hurt, even if it's not totally genuine at first.
Like that whole fake it till you make it idea.
Exactly. And there's actually a lot of research in cognitive behavioral therapy that supports that.
Oh, wow.
Studies show that our actions can influence our emotions.
Hmm.
So even if Tate doesn't fully believe it at the beginning that it's okay, I'm okay, by repeating it, she could be shifting her emotional state.
Interesting.
It's a powerful self-soothing technique.
Okay, so she's trying to convince herself of the world that she's moved on, but then we get to this line, and it's brutal.
Which one?
You got him right now, and she'd be like, "He's so perfect." Or oh, what version?
Ooh, yeah.
This is where things get really interesting. We've got these multiple perspectives on this dude, this whole love triangle thing happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this speaks to, I think, what we would call post-breakup dissonance.
What's that?
It's that clash between how someone presents themselves, especially in a new relationship, and the reality that you experienced.
Okay.
The new girlfriend's likely in that honeymoon phase, seeing him through rose-colored glasses while Tate has the receipts.
Oh, yeah.
She knows his flaws.
Yeah, she knows his bullshit.
Exactly.
Bitch, please, you have no idea.
Right.
It's kind of like a warning to the new girlfriend.
Totally.
But also, I survived him, you can too. But good luck with that.
Right. It's a very complex mix of emotions. There's probably some lingering hurt, maybe even a little jealousy, but also this emerging sense of I'm better off without him. And that I think is so crucial for healing and moving on.
And that's where the song takes us. She starts out kind of reminiscing, feeling nervous and romantic about the past.
Yeah.
But by the end, it's straight up, fuck that. And I don't want him anyway. It's a transformation.
It does beautifully illustrate the emotional arc of heartbreak.
Right.
We see that initial shock and longing, and then the anger and frustration, and finally this empowering realization that letting go is the best choice.
Yes, so true.
Time and distance also play a huge role in that evolution.
Okay, can we talk about how brutally honest this song is?
Oh, yeah.
I don't really gotta say. It's so raw, so relatable.
Yeah, it's not like a polished, overproduced heartbreak ballad. It feels like she's just pouring her heart out.
Totally.
And what's fascinating to me is how that informality, that use of strong language, actually, I think, intensifies the impact of the song.
How so?
Well, it cuts through the bullshit we often put up around heartbreak.
Yeah.
It gives us permission to just feel those messy, ugly, angry emotions without apology.
It's like she's saying it's okay to be pissed, to feel all the feels.
Yes.
And you're going to get through it.
Exactly. And that's such a powerful message, especially for, young people experiencing those first intense heartbreaks.
Yeah.
I think it normalizes the struggle, validates those wrong emotions.
Totally. Okay, so we've got this emotional art, this raw honesty, this power of just letting it all out.
Yeah.
Anything else jumping out at you in terms of psychological gold we can mine from this song?
Something that often gets overlooked in discussions of heartbreak is the concept of self-discovery.
What do you mean?
It's not just about the loss. It's also about what you learn about yourself in the process.
Oh, what did this relationship teach her?
Exactly. What are her non-negotiables moving forward? Heartbreak can be an opportunity for growth.
Okay.
While the song doesn't explicitly lay out those lessons, I think we can sense that shift happening.
Yeah.
She's moving from a place of needing validation from someone else to a place of self-assuredness.
I like that.
She doesn't need him to tell her she's okay anymore.
Dan, that's deep.
Yeah.
So Tate McRae is dropping some serious truth bombs here, disguised as a pop song. Who knew?
Right. It's a reminder that we can find these really profound insights in unexpected places.
This is why I love these deep dives. Okay, before we go too far down the rabbit hole of heartbreak anthems, let's bring it back to the main takeaways.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Well, first off, heartbreak, it's universal. We've all been there, done that, got the emotional baggage to prove it.
Yeah.
And there's so many different stages to it. The denial, the anger, the WTF was I thinking moments.
Totally. And there's no right or wrong way to grieve a relationship.
Right.
It's messy, it's nonlinear, and that's perfectly okay.
But the key takeaway, the thing that gives me hope, is that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
You can, and you'll get through it. You'll find yourself, again, maybe even a stronger, more self-aware version of yourself.
That's beautifully put. And sometimes, like in Tate's song, that journey involves a healthy dose of fuck that and choosing yourself.
Yes.
Which, let's be honest, can be pretty damn empowering.
100%. Okay,
Yeah.
My brain is officially overflowing with all these insights. Any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with before we wrap up this part of our deep dive?
You know, it's fascinating to think about how music helps us process complex emotions, like heartbreak. It's like a shared language, a way to connect with others who've been through similar experiences.
Interesting.
So a question for everyone out there, how does music help you connect to others, especially when you're hurting?
Ooh, that's a good one. Makes you think, right? All right, everyone, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know what you think. We'll be back soon with part 2 of our deep dive into It's Okay, I'm Okay. See ya.
So welcome back to our deep dive into Tate McRae's It's Okay, I'm Okay.
All right, so last time we left off talking about like all those intense emotions that come with a breakup.
Yeah.
The anger, the energy, that whole process of letting go.
And how those emotions are totally valid.
Totally. But there's another layer to this song that I don't think we've really dug into yet.
Oh.
That whole comparison game.
Oh, yes. Social comparison. That insidious beast that can really mess with your head, especially after a breakup.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And I think it's even more potent in the age of social media.
Right.
Right.
Everywhere you look, it's like people are presenting these perfect, curated versions of themselves and their relationships. It's so easy to get sucked into that whole my life sucks compared to theirs thing.
Absolutely. And Tate seems to be wrestling with that in the song.
Right.
Remember those lines, see you so excited, you got him locked down, you're moving like I did before I found out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she throws in that shade about him being a pretty-faced talker, good with his money, close to his mother.
Yeah.
It's like she's calling out the superficiality of it all.
Exactly. Those things that might look good on the surface but don't necessarily mean a relationship is healthy or fulfilling.
It's like she's saying, girl, you're falling for the highlight reel, not the behind-the-scenes bloopers. And let's be real, we've all been there. Whether it's an ex, a friend, whoever, we see those curated snapshots on social media. And it's so easy to start comparing ourselves feeling inadequate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Social comparison, it's a natural human tendency, but it can be so damaging to our self-esteem, especially when we're already feeling vulnerable after a breakup.
So how do we protect ourselves? Like if social media is basically a breeding ground for this comparison game, how do we avoid spiraling down that rabbit hole of self-doubt?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
First and foremost, be mindful of what you're consuming online.
Okay.
If you're finding yourself constantly comparing yourself to others, it might be time to unfollow, mute, or even take a break from social media altogether.
Yeah, digital detox.
Precisely. And beyond that, cultivate a strong sense of self-worth that's independent of, external validation. Focus on your own values, your own goals, your own unique journey. You're not in competition with anyone else.
It's like that saying, comparison is the thief of joy. The more we focus on others, the less we appreciate our own awesomeness.
Exactly. And speaking of awesomeness, let's circle back to Tate's journey in this song. We've talked about the anger, the social comparison, but what about the ultimate message of empowerment?
Yeah.
That realization that she's better off without him.
Right. She goes from feeling all nervous and romantic about the past to straight up, I don't want him anyway.
It's a beautiful illustration of resilience, I think.
Totally.
Heartbreak can be a catalyst for this profound self-discovery.
Okay.
It forces us to confront our vulnerabilities, reevaluate our priorities, and ultimately make choices that align with our own well-being.